Hi everyone. It's been a while, but I recently, well, I wouldn't say recently, but actually, this is my latest purchase. I've finally got a chance to get the CZ P-10F. It's been a while, and the biggest reason that's been holding me back is just that I really don't need another striker fire pistol. I think I have enough. I know a lot of people out there are collectors, or maybe they just want to have everything. And unfortunately for me, I'm not made from money, so I really need to kind of really make the right financial decision sometimes. And yeah, it took me a little while. There's honestly no justification for me to get it, but I just love it. I've mentioned it. I've shot a P10 before from one of my friends, and I just love it. The trigger was amazing. It's such an amazing gun. So I finally made the decision to get it. Unfortunately, as soon as I got the pistol, there's a stay-at-home order in Ontario, Canada. So the local gun range that I belong to basically had to close. So I haven't got a chance to bring it out to the gun range to shoot it. So it's practically still unfired. I'm not sure if CZ Factory actually test fired the pistol, but yeah, so basically it's practically unfired or brand new. Still waiting until it reopens. So hopefully I can bring it to the gun range and yeah, and just fire it. And so this little short video is just basically kind of like an unboxing, and just wanted to share with you a little bit of my thoughts, my initial kind of feel of the gun. There are everything is great as expected. There is only one minor surprising kind of I would say a little bit of a hiccup. I wouldn't say it's a problem. Maybe it's just because the fact that it's a brand new gun. I have difficulties disassembling it. It's kind of really difficult. You can see from my attempts later on in this video. Why I got this P10F mainly is because of the great trigger that everyone is saying, and actually I've tried. It's an amazing trigger. For this particular gun, it's practically brand new, so it is a little bit not as smooth, which is expected because it hasn't been broken in yet. But it's still a great trigger. Like the reset is amazing. It's very crisp. It's just an amazing trigger. And once you break in the trigger, I'm sure it's going to be much better. I think by far. The best trigger in terms of my kind of collection of firearm. I think this one is basically, I would say it's probably second right after the SFP9, which I have the Heckler and Koch HK SFP9, which is in the US the VP9. I love that trigger, and that had over like 1,000 rounds to it, so obviously it's a little bit more smoother. But this is already the second best trigger, and it's practically hasn't even break in yet. So the reset is so short. It's just amazing. It's almost like and a lot of people already mentioned it. A lot of really good video out there reviewing the guns has already mentioned that it's almost like a competition trigger in some incidents. So and I don't have as much experience with real like competition trigger, but this trigger is just amazing, and the reset is so short. Yeah, it's just tremendous. It's just a great trigger. As I alluded to earlier, the problems I had with this P10F is the disassembly. So I have problems trying to disassemble it, not just on camera, but even off camera. It took me like a dozen tries sometimes just to kind of try to disengage that little piece of lever or something. It's very similar to a Glock, but As you can see, I'm going to show you like my attempt with a Glock. A Glock is so much easier, and obviously like this Glock I have has over like 1,000 rounds to it as well. It's sort of been broken in, depending how you look at it. Some people don't think a Glock has been broken in unless you have like 5,000, 10,000 rounds to it. But anyway, I didn't recall there was any any difficulties trying to disassemble a Glock even when I first got it. But with this P-10F, like it's just so hard to just trying to engage that disengaging lever to kind of pull the slide out. I'm not sure if I'm not doing it right or whatnot. Like it's really difficult for me. It's just like and actually I got blistered just by doing this a couple of times just to do this video. Regarding the magazine, as you can see, it's a little bit longer as expected, since the capacity is 19 rounds supposedly, but in Canada is basically restricted to 10, which goes to any handguns. The maximum capacity is only 10 rounds, so it doesn't really make a difference whether it's P10F or P10C. Basically, it's all 10 rounds anyway. This P10F is made in the Czech Republic. Quality is really great. I mean, it's top notch. I mean, CZ makes really great pistol. And the great thing about the P10, the P10F or P10C, the price level is, even in Canada, it's very similar to the US. It's actually lower than the Glock or the Smith & Wesson and obviously the H&K. And it's basically on par in terms of quality. I don't see why it would be lesser of a gun than, let's say, a Glock. Similar to other European manufactured handgun, the CZ, this particular pistol is made in Czech Republic, so it has serial number on the frame, it has it on the slide as well as the barrel. So it's it's I guess it's part of the requirement compared to, like, I guess US made handguns. And in terms of the actual price in Canada, I got this for under 500 Canadian, which is probably around maybe $400 or a little over $400 US. So it's a great bargain. And as I mentioned in my other video, the Glock prices in Canada is somewhat more, quite a bit more than in US, even if you do the exchange rate. And at the time, I actually made a video about the Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 is a great bargain comparatively to the Glock. But I would say this is even more of a bargain because the price of this is actually cheaper than the M&P 2.0, even at the time I got it, which was on sale, or at least it was kind of like in the kind of promotional phase, because this is like below 500. The M&P 2.0 in Canada is like at the time was like 520 or 530, something like that. But now I think it's shot back up to close to $700 Canadian for the M&P. Whereas this is still around like $500 range, sometimes on sale, which I got for like $480. So it's an amazing value, great gun, great bargain, and such a quality piece. As soon as the reopening starts, which should be soon in Ontario, as soon as the gun range opens up, I will take it out to the range and most likely do another video of just shooting it and kind of show you and share with you my experience with it and see how it shoots in my hand. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be a great gun. Yeah, so other than what I mentioned earlier of the disassembly problem, which could be me, I don't know, maybe my fingers too fat or whatnot, or just not being able to do it properly, to really try to disassemble it. Other than that, there's no issue with it whatsoever, and what I can see. And then yeah, and then I'll do a video of bringing it out to the gun range and then share with you my thoughts of shooting the P-10F. So I hope you all enjoy the video, and please subscribe to my channel if you like. And yeah, thank you all.